Hey everybody, welcome back to another Nerd Enthusiast Poker Podcast edition. Make sure you please check out our sponsor, theslotsquad.com. They have all the legal sign-up bonuses in all the legal states right now for all the casinos. New Jersey, Michigan, Pennsylvania, I think West Virginia's in there now. Every month it feels like a new state's joining in. It's a live stream team. I'm on there some nights. You can go check it out, theslotsquad.com. Please go there, and if you're going to sign up for a casino, make sure you check them out because they have great bonuses. So make sure that you take advantage of all that free money that's out there before you go sign up for a casino. So theslotsquad.com, go check them out. All right, going into the next section here, since we are talking about getting back to the poker table, talking about getting back into live tournaments and things like that, which we'll be talking more and more as we start traveling and playing more. I recently just wrote an article. By the time you hear this, it should be out, so I got to give a shout out. It's going to be on playpennsylvania.com. I wrote an article for them, and so I'm going to highlight it. So what it is like basically what are your pet peeves at the poker table. So these are the top 5 pet peeves at the poker table. And I got to start with this number 1 because, listen, if you're listening to this, you get hygiene, man. Hygiene, number 1.
I mean, this is going back pre-COVID, though.
This is everything in life is hygiene, bro. Come on. Cleanliness is godliness, bro.
I mean, I would think like after what we've just went through, people would be a little bit more cognizant of hygiene and not just like their body odor or, you know, the ability to shower and actually clean themselves, but like, sneezing, coughing at the table, and actually like taking action after doing it. Nothing disturbs me more than that. The guy or girl who's hacking into their hands and then is like, oh, cool. Like, oh, shit. Like,
I'm going to do a future episode, I think, of one of our topics is going to be like how to build your poker bag or what the essentials in your poker bag. But I'm going to say this now. Deodorant.
Yep.
Okay. And maybe some like baby powder or like some spray or something like that. Listen, I carry it in my book bag all the time because I'll be honest, like when you're playing for hours, you're sweating a little bit, your heart rate's going a little bit, you're walking around the Rio up and down. Dude, go to the store, buy an extra deodorant, throw it in your bag. Listen, it makes a difference. I mean, the smell, and here's the big one, right? If you're going to be playing for 12 hours, could you just take a shower in the morning before you come? Like, seriously, go jump in the pool. I don't care what you do. Just rinse off for 5 minutes. That's all. Listen, if you're going to spend 12 hours next to 9 other people, could you at least take a shower in the morning?
I mean, if you're not going to get deodorant, you might as well, like, maybe some Axe body spray or something. Like, you think you're going to pick up a chick at the table? Like, get something, man.
Something, man. Listen, just take a shower. Like, seriously, take a shower. And then, you know what? Get a little thing of hand sanitizer. Throw it in your bag. Wash your hands once a while. We're not asking a lot, dude. And so there's actually a rule by the WSOP where, like, they can basically send you to the showers if you smell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's an actual rule. It is live action rule number 14. This is actually on their live action rules. It's live action rule 14. This rule shall include, but is not limited to, any participant whose personal hygiene has become disruptive to the other participants seated at the table. The determination as whether the individual's personal hygiene is disrupted to other participants shall be determined by the WSP tournament staff, which pretty much means if they walk over and they can smell you, they're going to tell. Now, I think what it is they have to give you an option to go take a shower. Like if you have a room, like they got to give you like time. They don't just take your chips and like you're out. I think they're like, listen, your chips are going to ride. Go take a shower. Go to the bathroom. Clean up. Come back. But yeah, like if you do, because I've been to tables like, dude, this person,
I know, bro.
I'm like, dude,
I know.
They've been probably sitting here for 3 days straight.
Dude, I know. Their hair's all greasy.
Take a shower. Listen, just take a shower, man. All right. Pet peeve number 2. All right. When you are in a hand, like you actively have cards, especially if you're going to be betting or whatever, get off your phone.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Listen, I use my phone all the time. I'm always on it. But when I get a hand, I am off the phone. Like, stay off the phone. Stay off the phone when you're in a hand because there's nothing worse like some dude calling, text. Like, we don't care. Now, this is a standard rule in, like, pretty much every casino. But I want to say that, like, most of the time, dealers very rarely enforce it. Or they're not very vocal about like, hey, sir, could you please go off your phone? And you're like, what? Tell the dude to get off his phone.
Yep.
Tell him to get
Especially those well-known like regs. And you know, it's different for like the WSOP because the dealers might not necessarily know the guy at the table because there's so many people coming in from other countries. But I mean, at any poker table, it's so annoying. The guy who's there Monday through Friday grinding, and he just has a blatant disregard for the rules of the room because everyone knows him. He's the guy everyone likes, and it's like, yo, listen, play by the rules because those are the rules. Don't try and get preferential treatment because you might happen to know everybody in the room.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that does bother me, but it actually like works against you as a player. Like,
Yeah, you're not paying attention.
you're not paying attention to the game. Like, if you're taking poker seriously and you're in your phone texting or scrolling through Twitter and Instagram, like, personally, I love that because I know this guy or girl isn't paying the fuck attention to what's going on.
And so the other thing too is like reverse tell is like when they do raise a hand, you're like, oh, they got an actual hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And when they're not paying attention to their phone, like they're paying attention to the hand, you're like, okay, now I know I better like pump the brakes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, number 3, leaving the table for long periods of time. And this is mostly related to cash.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna leave the tournament and just let your money grind, I don't care. Go ahead. But when you're on a cash game, and especially if there's like a waiting list, listen, it's one thing you got to run to the bathroom, obviously. Okay, whatever, do your thing. It's one thing if you got to go grab something real quick, you're coming back. But like I was at Parks a couple weeks ago, and this dude kept getting up every 5-10 minutes. You know he was going to put like bets in, sports bets,
Yeah.
horse bets, probably playing slots. He kept going and coming. And dude, it's like it's disruptive to the game. You know, it's hard for me as a player to get like a constant feel on the guy because I can't figure out like I keep seeing sporadic hands. You know what I mean? Like I pretty much know he's a degenerate, but I can't get a good feel on it. And it's like I'd rather have someone that's been waiting on the list that can actually sit down. You know, so
someone who's going to actually play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most places, if you do have to go to eat, most places have dinner lists. And if you don't know what a dinner list is, pretty much you can tell the floor, like, hey, I have dinner reservations or I'm going to go eat. And they'll give you like 30 minutes or an hour. And then when you come back, you're the first person that gets the next seat when you come back. So you don't lose your seat. So if you ask the floor, they'll tell you about dinner lists. But I just hate that, like, dudes that are just up. Like, they'll play 2 hands, then they're gone. They'll play 3 hands. Yeah, I absolutely, it's a huge pet peeve of
So
mine.
we talked about that during the COVID restrictions when they first started opening like cash games back up again. Like some of these casinos were playing like 7-handed, and if you had 1 or 2 guys get up from like what they would consider a full ring of 7 people, you're playing like 5 guys, 4 guys at times, and it's like, man, like this isn't even enjoyable. So
No.
I mean, just be cognizant of the other people playing with you. Pick up. Like that's really my whole thing. Like if you know you're going to be gone for a half hour at a time, 45 minutes at a time, just pick up your chips, man. Let someone else take your seat.
Next one, number 4. This one bothers me a lot, especially when there's a big hand going on. Stop talking when there's a big hand. I'm not talking about if you're in the hand, like your head's up and you're talking trash with the other guy and trying to get in his head or like whatever. I'm talking about like these 2 people over here in a major hand for like an all-in situation, and you're over here like talking about like, yeah, this restaurant last night I went to, dude, and you're like, dude, shut up. Like, they're in a major hand. This dude's probably got his paycheck on the line right now, and you're talking about someone no one cares about. Like, literally just stop talking.
Yep.
Don't be that guy. Especially, I mean, that should be kind of, you know, there's conversation at the poker table. It makes it fun. It makes social. I'm not saying that. But when there's, like, a moment, when you know that moment, like, there's an all-in situation or, like, the pot's getting kind of big there, like, stop your conversation and say, all right, you know, just wait till the hand's over. We'll talk about it.
Bro, just to kind of piggyback off that, not only not like maybe when you're not paying attention, but when you're not in the hand and you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
and you turn to the guy next to you like, yo, I would have had trips. Like,
Yeah.
and there's 2 people in the hand and you're like, dude, can you not? Like, that bothers me more than anything is the guy who's like exasperated because he folded like deuce 7 of clubs and he happened to hit trip deuces on the flop and he folded. Like, dude, shut up. I can't stand
You're
that.
ruining the hand for other people because now it's like, oh, shit, there was another 2. It completely changes the dynamics of the situation. If the hand's over and you want to be like, you know, it's folded, everyone's done, and be like, dude, I folded it too. Like, if you want to be like that guy, go ahead, whatever. But while the hand's going on, like, don't just stop talking. Don't make, you know, expressions about the hands.
Yeah.
No one cares about.
There's the flush.
See what happens? You know,
There it is. Someone's got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just stay out of the hand, man.
Yeah. It's just, All right, and the last one, number 5, which, you know, this is not only annoying, but it also is bad for poker in general, is stop. Listen, and here's the thing. if you see someone else doing it, say something. Stop berating players like that make bad plays. I cannot stand that for a couple of reasons. Like, they just talk trash. Like, oh, you raise with 7-8 suited.
Seriously.
Who raises with 7-8 suit there? Listen, there's a saying, right? Like, and some of you guys might have heard this, maybe not. Don't tap on the aquarium, right? Let a fish be a fish. If they don't know what they're doing, okay, and they're making bad plays and they're making bad raises, let them just do it. And if you're going to educate them, like, explain to them why, okay. But if you're just going to berate them about it, you're doing a couple bad things. One, you're probably telling this guy what he should be doing, and now he's going to be doing smarter things. And two, you're actually maybe making this person feel uncomfortable playing if they're a newer player, and then they're never going to come back to the table.
Seriously. And again, everybody who's playing has their money at risk. Who are you to tell me how to risk my money?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I want to play loose and like a fool, let me play loose like a fool. Or if I want to do something that's unorthodox of the way that you play, Mr. Nuts and Bolts, only going with aces,
I'm only here for the high hand guy.
Daily grinder who's just waiting to get their dinner ticket. Like, yo, old dude, pump the brakes. I'm going to play how I want to play. And again, you see that more at cash game tables, but over the course of like the last few months since the restrictions have been lifted, I've seen a lot of people posting on Twitter about that exact scenario. Players berating other players, and it getting to the point where it's like almost offensive and inappropriate.
And
like,
this is one of the things, and listen, I don't rag on dealers. I know the floor, they got a busy job. It's something that needs to be trained amongst dealers to be more vocal in situations. Like, the dealers need to be enforcers on the table and need to say, sir, I'm going to need you to not talk to that player about that anymore. Just kind of be polite about it. But, I see a lot of dealers that are very timid in situations, and they don't speak up, and things start escalating, and then this guy gets pissed off, and then this guy jumps in, and next thing you know, you have a fight.
I mean, I've seen legit fights at poker tables for exactly that. Like, the guy commented about this guy's play, this guy taking it personal, flipping him the bird, and next thing you know, these two guys are pretty much throwing fists at each other, and then they're getting kicked out, they're getting arrested because they, like, what, a poker game?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So stop berating other players, and if you do see something, and let's say you don't want to get involved, right? Okay, I get it. Maybe you're like, I don't feel like getting involved. Go walk over and say on the floor, be like, hey man, this table's getting a little out of hand. This guy in the 4-seat, you're not being a snitch. You're just trying to keep the game flowing naturally so you don't have a fight or an argument down the road. So if the dealer doesn't step up and say something, someone needs to, because I have no problem saying stuff, and I always do. So please say something, but stop berating, especially newer players. Like, if the guy is like angling or the guy is brand new and has no idea.
100%.
This guy's just here with his wife for the weekend. He doesn't know how to
He's
bet.
got $600 that he just wants to give away.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing. Just let him be.
Like, it's unfortunate you got beat.
Yeah.
But let everyone else get your money back.
All right, so that is my, like I said, that's going to be an article that's on Play Pennsylvania. You go check it out. So that's what we got for this month's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you check us out on all our social media. We have many other things, not just poker. We have a blog now, nerdenthusiast.com. It covers wrestling. It covers movies now.
Music.
We have a music podcast. We have a movie podcast. We have a video game podcast. So you can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, like literally everything. Nerd Enthusiast, all one word. Go check it out. Make sure you check out our sponsor, theslotsquad.com. And if you guys ever have ideas or comments, or you say, you just want to talk trash, we don't care. Comment down below on the YouTube videos, but please subscribe to the channel, and we will get back to you with any kind of comments or things that you got as well. So
definitely.
For me and Brian, make sure you check us out on Twitter. I'm Eat a Hoagie on there. Yours is like...
I'm still Brian Keene 0513.
We got to change that.
Yeah, I got to do something with it.
But, all right, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.
See you.